Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we're going to discuss about what is cybersecurity. So before we start, please don't forget to like this video. If you're new here, then subscribe for more updates. So first of all, what is cybersecurity? In simple terms, cybersecurity is the practice of protecting computer systems and networks from theft, damage, and unauthorized access. First of all, the protection of computer systems and networks from theft, damage, and unauthorized access. Confidentiality means that only authorized people have access to your data. Integrity means that your data is accurate and complete. Availability means that your data and systems are available when you need them. Individuals are also often targeted by cyber criminals. For example, identity theft is a common problem, and it happens when someone steals your personal information and uses it to commit fraud. Fortunately, there are many things that we can do to protect ourselves, our families, and our businesses from cyber threats. Firewalls are one of the most important tools in any cybersecurity arsenal. By taking the right precautions, you can keep your data and systems safe and secure. By understanding the different types of cyber threats, you can better protect yourself from them. By understanding the different types of cyber threats, you can better protect yourself from them. Some of the common types of cyber threats are as follows. First of all, viruses and malware. There are many different types of cybersecurity roles, each with its own set of responsibilities. Let's explore a few of the most common ones. First of all, cybersecurity analyst. Subscribe for more videos like this. And you can also check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. Cybersecurity analysts are responsible for protecting computer network and systems from cyber threats. They monitor networks for suspicious activity, investigate security breaches, and implement security measures to protect against future attacks. Next, security engineer. Security engineers are responsible for designing and implementing security measures to protect computer networks and systems. They develop and maintain security software and hardware, investigate security breaches, and implement measures to prevent future attacks. Next, ethical hacker. Ethical hackers are responsible for identifying vulnerabilities in computer networks and systems. They use their knowledge of hacking techniques to simulate real-world attacks in order to identify weaknesses that can be exploited by cyber criminals. Once the vulnerabilities have been identified, ethical hackers work with the organization to develop and implement solutions to mitigate the risks. Viruses and malware are perhaps the most well-known cyber threats out there. If you are interested in learning more about cybersecurity and exploring the different career opportunities available to you, then I encourage you to do further research. They can be used to steal your data, spy on your activity, or even take over your entire system. Fortunately, there are a number of things that you can do to protect yourself from viruses and malware, such as using antivirus software and being careful about the files that you download. Next, phishing attacks. Phishing attacks are another common type of cyber attack. They usually involve an attacker posing as a legitimate website in order to trick you into sharing your personal information. For example, they may send you an email that looks like it is from your bank asking you to verify your account information. It is important to be aware of phishing attacks and to take steps to protect yourself from them, such as being cautious about the links that you click and never sharing your passwords with anyone. Next, denial of service attacks. Denial of service attacks are designed to make a computer system unavailable to its users. They usually involve an attacker sending a flood of traffic to a system, which eventually overwhelms it and causes it to crash. Do you know how to protect yourself from a denial of service attack? Well, one way is to use a firewall to block the malicious traffic. Another way is to implement rate limiting, which is a technique for limiting the number of requests that a single IP address can make in a certain period of time. Next, social engineering. Social engineering is a type of attack that relies on human interaction rather than technical hacking skills. Social engineering attacks often involve an attacker pretending to be someone else in order to gain access to sensitive information. For example, they may pose as a system administrator in order to trick you into giving them your password. They act as a barrier between your internal network and the outside world, blocking unauthorized access and filtering out malicious traffic. There are different types of firewalls, but they all perform the same basic function of keeping your network safe from cyber threats. Next, intrusion detection systems. Intrusion detection systems, IDS, are designed to detect malicious activity on your network and alert you so that you can take action. IDSS can be used to detect a wide range of activities, such as unauthorized access attempts, malware infections, and data breaches. They work by monitoring network traffic for suspicious patterns and then alerting you if anything is detected. Next, data encryption. Data encryption is an important tool for protecting your data from unauthorized access. Encryption converts your data into unreadable format, making it useless to anyone who intercepts it. Encryption is commonly used to protect sensitive data such as customer information and financial records. Next, multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, is an important security measure that adds an extra layer of protection to your accounts. MFA requires you to provide more than one form of authentication before granting access. This could be a password and a one-time code or a fingerprint scan and a PIN number. Next, regular software updates. Regular software updates are essential for maintaining the security of your systems. Updates often include patches for known vulnerabilities which can be exploited by cyber criminals. By keeping your software up to date, you can reduce your risk of infection by malware and other cyber threats. By understanding what cybersecurity is and how it works, you can take steps to keep yourself safe online. One way that people can protect themselves from identity theft is by using strong passwords and being careful about what information they share online. Another way is to monitor your credit reports regularly for any suspicious activity. All of these three aspects are equally important in cybersecurity. And by focusing on them, you can create a comprehensive cybersecurity plan that will keep your data and systems safe. This is the basic goal of cybersecurity, which is to keep your data and systems safe from harm. Well, let me tell you, in today's world, we rely on computers and networks for almost everything we do. From banking to shopping to communicating with friends and family, most of our lives are now digital. And while this has brought many benefits, it has also made us more vulnerable to cyber threats. Cybercrime is on the rise and it is becoming more sophisticated than ever before. Hackers are constantly finding new ways to steal data, disrupt services, and cause damage. We have seen many cases where major companies and organizations have been targeted and millions of people's data has been stolen or destroyed. This can include things such as preventing viruses and malware from infecting your devices, securing your wireless internet connection so only authorized users can access it, or stopping hackers from gaining access to your personal information. It encompasses both hardware and software technologies, procedures, services, and people. This is important because it shows that cybersecurity is not just about installing antivirus software. It is a comprehensive approach that involves people, processes, and technology working together to protect your data and systems. For example, having strong passwords is an important part of cybersecurity, but it is not enough on its own. You also need to have a process in place for changing your passwords regularly and for logging out of accounts when you are finished using them. The goal of cybersecurity is to preserve the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data and systems. As per the National Institute of Standards and Technology, cybersecurity includes guidance and technologies that can be used to protect against both accidental and intentional threats. And these could be posed by individuals or organizations both inside and outside an organization. The best way to understand this definition is to break it down into 3 parts. Next, we have the part about how cybersecurity includes both hardware and software technologies, procedures, services, and people. Finally, the third part of the definition is where it talks about preserving the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data and systems. Now that you know what cybersecurity is, why is it important? Cybersecurity is important because it protects sensitive personal, financial, and business data from theft, loss, or misuse. It safeguards critical systems and infrastructure from cyber attacks that could disrupt services or cause widespread damage. Without strong cybersecurity, individuals, companies, and even nations are vulnerable to financial loss, privacy breaches, and digital chaos. So as you can see, cyber threats are everywhere, and it is important to be prepared. What are some of the examples of cybersecurity measures? A few examples of cybersecurity measures are as follows. First of all, firewalls. Apart from these examples, there are many other cybersecurity measures that you can take to protect yourself from cyber threats. Now that you know what cybersecurity is and why it is important, it is time to learn about the different types of cyber threats out there. Cyber threats come in many forms, including malware like viruses, worms, and ransomware that damage or control systems, and phishing attacks that trick users into revealing sensitive information. Denial of service DOS attacks overwhelm networks to shut down services, while man-in-the-middle MITM attacks intercept data between users and websites. Other threats include insider threats, zero-day exploits, and social engineering, where attackers manipulate people rather than systems. So these were some of the common cyber threats out there. That's all for this video. If you liked this video, then please hit the like button and share this video with your friends and family.